Tonight on How I Play. Groundbranch just got a major update with many changes. Discover a new experience in a milsim environment. We get to try a new game mode and weapons. And wonder what's out there in the future. This and more on How I Play. Hello virtual soldiers, I'm Andre Celesti, and tonight we are going to talk about Groundbranch, a first-person shooter that is still under development and has great potential, fitting somewhere between Arma 3 and Ready or Not with a taste of Tarkov. I know many of our viewers, when away from the virtual skies, enjoy a good and relaxing tactical shooter, especially if the title shares similarities with flight operations, and it's not your blunt aim and shoot product. Made by BlackFoot Studios and published by Microprose, Groundbranch reminds me of those true tactical shooters that we used to play back in the day, but this time powered by Unreal Engine 4 with modern features integrated as development continues. I was fortunate enough to get a key and try it out now that it's still in development. I gotta say, things are getting better and better for the channel and I am grateful for everyone's help. So, what makes Groundbranch worth a try? Let me bring you up to speed as the game just received a major update and for the fans of the genre may present some great interest. Groundbranch features a true first-person view, and what do I mean with that? Well, the camera is where your head is and all surroundings including your body are depicted exactly as they would be seen from the views of your soldier. This factor improves world immersion and awareness of your surroundings, providing zero disconnect between your view and your character's physical presence in the environment. Arma 3 users will be right at home. The developer even mentions that if you see your foot sticking out of cover, better tuck it in, as enemies may be able to see it and start shooting at it. So, cameras are placed at the character's eyes and bullets originate from the weapon's muzzle. In Groundbranch, what you see is what you get. One thing that I like is that they focused on a minimal HUD with multiple optional elements to ensure that vital information is available, but never a constant obstacle to your immersion and field of view. I really like that, and I know the interface is still work in progress, but I can see the potential. You also got something close to a radial menu when you press the mouse wheel that helps you with attachments on your weapon. With the latest update, the user interface and general use experience have received a number of updates with multiple new options introduced like a headcam style camera for spectator mode, call sign patches, the option to volunteer for a game mode specific role, and many other. The game has decent customization options for your character and weapons. You have access to all the gear from the start, and the idea behind it is that the mission will dictate what you need and it's up to you and your team to decide on how to proceed. In the recent update, they added playable female models. I love models. They got new hairstyles for both male and woman. Nice. And they included a big revision of gear and outfit skins to look more authentic and consistent. New weapons like the SA-58 OSV battle rifle, Galil arm, automatic rifle, and the Fall. You can play with up to 8 players in co-op or adversarial game modes. Yes, it has PvP as well as PvE. It features VoIP with both 3D positional voice and radio, and of course if you don't have anybody to play with, you can straight up operate in solo mode. When it comes to movement, you get what you expect from this type of title, with multiple movement stances and a unique weapon posture that includes low and high ready and of course, if you really want to go there, a free aim mode. Speed and tactical reloads are a thing and as you know, every bullet counts. In the new update, Groundbranch finally received its prone stance and animation overhaul. It took longer for this to get implemented as the developer wanted to do it right. This stance offers the obvious advantage of a more steady aim, but the developer also implemented limitations to aiming angles, requiring extra movements to your character to cover different areas. Nice! Another notable addition to the gameplay is the focus zoom ability. As the name suggests, it allows you to zoom in on your side picture, giving reticles and targets more pixels to work with on your screen and making range shots a better experience. As tradition with early access games, many new features are planned, like the campaign, which at the time that we recorded this video is not yet available. And this brings me to the most common complaint from the community. Content-wise, you get bored very fast with the game. According to the developer, the campaign will deliver smaller, more localized set of missions based around global hotspots, with a centralized intelligence interface to monitor them and receive new missions orders over time. The choices you make along the way may affect future engagements. Progression is key, and I hope they manage to get it right. The current available missions are also a good taste of what is to come, with unique environments and map designs that offer multiple entry points and open-ended outcomes. Enemies are spawned at mission start with a degree of randomization to quantity and location. You have a ready room, similar to Ready or Not, a physical multiplayer lobby where you can plan your approach, see your teammates' loadouts, test weapons configuration on a firing range, and jointly select insertion points. Once you spawn, it's all up to you on how to complete the objectives. It gives me vibes of Project E.G., Splinter Cell, though it's not a third-person game, but landing those headshots brings back memories. The AI is, well, how can I put it? If set to trained, they can be deadly. One mistake and you are dead. Though they do take time to shoot you sometimes. It's definitely work in progress, but don't get me wrong, you will get in trouble if you're not careful. The maps are very well done. Each of the regions tries to speak a different story. A village that has been taken over by a military force, a downtown terrorist attack scene, or a compound where Osama drinks his tea. There is no backstory yet, no voiceovers for briefings as for now, but you can get immersed very easy once you start your run. In the latest update, they overhaul some of the maps like Small Town, the farm and the city, and touch up most of the others. They are also laying the groundwork for more interactive and interesting map and missions. For example, Compound, the map, has now a call to prayer at correctly astronomical base time of day. City is now overseen by a nosy news helicopter that can be scared away with a spray of gunfire. And now that players can crawl underwater in prone, creeks and various other maps have been outfitted with brand new underwater effects. Missions have also been tweaked, bug fixed, and in some cases new missions have been added. If you ask me, this game needs more variation in missions and objectives and a more deeper enemy placement, behavior, and patrol routes. For sure, the devs already know this. In fact, they keep on working on the AI. With this update, as they mentioned, they made the switch to the Kythera AI middleware, replacing the stock Unreal Engine 4 AI system. According to them, Kythera is not a complete AI solution, but a tool that allows them to implement AI in a more flexible and effective way. They still have a lot of work to do behind the scenes to get everything working properly. We should expect the AI to return fire and take cover as before, but they may now crouch and go prone in certain contexts, or use suppressive fire to keep players pinned down. The AI may now form squads, hold close to guard points, react to dead bodies, and use a few more callouts. At lower difficulty levels, AI will now fire traces with higher frequency and have more frequent muzzle flash effects to help less hardcore players figure out where they are being shot from. Stance and movement should also have a greater impact on detection, so be sure to move slowly and keep a low profile if you're trying to be sneaky. They will continue to iterate on many aspects that we mention here, and also other things like providing friendly AI support, so AI teammates will be a thing somewhere in the future, as well as more sophisticated and natural-looking enemy AI. I tried a new game mode called Defuse, available as a lone wolf or co-op. In this game mode, you'll race against the clock to defuse a number of explosives around the mission area, guarded by AI enemies. The update also features new VFX for lightning, muzzle weapons effects, grenades, bullet impacts, and blood splatter. So if you fancy a new experience and want to take part to the open development of a future milsim FPS, I strongly recommend you give Groundbranch a try. Meanwhile, here at How I Play, we'll keep you informed on all the latest news from the milsim world. Many thanks to our patrons for their continuous support. Remember to check our sponsors VR Rock for your VR blue light protection and prescription lenses, Foxtree Managed Solutions for the best DCS servers out there, Moza Racing with their amazing technology, and PIMAX for the most quality VR headset that the market can offer. And subscribe to keep in touch with all the latest news on your favorite simulators and games. I am Andre Celesti, reminding you to operate safe, and I'll see you next time.